Like, I think if you're a Liverpool fan this morning, you're waking up knowing that you got away with one.
Oof, they got away with one.
Big time. You're very excited about your team, and you are on your knees praying that they get the finger out and get Mark A over the line in the next, 3 days, 4 days.
I'm not sure it's just Gay, though. I think it's like a slightly imbalanced team when you have the two midfielders and Florian Wirtz. I think they're going to have to try and find a way to make that work. Like, it's the conversation we were having yesterday about Manchester United. You can't really be going into the season with Bruno as your number 6.
Nope.
Can you play... sorry, maybe it's just McAllister's missing. And maybe he is a little bit of a defensive glue that provides some shield. But that's one. They were also very prone to balls lumped in the mixer.
Yeah, and well, that's like one of the main reasons to be critical of Katic last night. Now, I think it was Dan Byrne, to be absolutely fair to him, who stood on his toes. And Dan Byrne, as is on the record, is 8'2", absolute giant of a man. So I'm standing beside Virgil van Dijk at one point, and I was like, sorry, there's something wrong with the angle here. This is not a man. So that is a bit of context too. But equally, he was kind of hiding behind Dan Byrne's back, like it was awful. And absolutely, there are other areas that they need fixing, but I do think that, like, whatever the other options are that Liverpool have at the minute, he's not inspiring confidence in those around him, and very goal prone.
The number goes up for 11, and the camera cuts to Eddie Howe, and it's like, will he be happy or will he just be a little bit when there's so long left in the game? I was like, he does not want 11 minutes here. Even though they were pushing at that stage, you're like, who is the most likely winner? The team with 10 or the team with 11?
Oh, they were going for it. Are Newcastle fans consequently like waking up going, oh, we should have sat back? That was mad.
I don't think so. I think the Newcastle fans feel alive. Is that not what you want?
They always feel alive, and but without much success.
But they've got a team. They like. I didn't realise one of the co-owners had tweeted before the game into them, and all in caps. This is in Paul Joyce's piece today, in friend of the show, Paul Joyce. This is in the Times, and he's just pointing out Florian Wirtz got like battered physically, and stood up to it. So like it's exactly what you would expect. Under lights, Monday night at Newcastle, those three midfielders all took turns at physically saying hello. How you doing? How's your outfit? Joelinton, Tonali and Guimaraes, he won just one of 8 duels as they all took turns in trying to gang up them. Still, look, I think that's what they want. They want Florian Wirtz to have games like this and understand the difference between being able to float around the Bundesliga, and there'll be a little bit less of that against those beasts.
Newcastle were filthy, by the way.
Yeah, but they should
absolutely
be, right?
Filthy. Like, this fixture always brings back memories of 90s, 2000s classics. And looking at it for a long period last night, and I'm not just talking about the Gordon tackle, but that was definitely up there. Exuberant, to say the least. But they were filthy. Like, it was very clear that they were sent out to leave one on, as the expression goes.
Well, look, it did cost them, right? Then they did play so well with 10 men.
Yeah. And like the tackle itself, I mean, it wasn't great, and it was definitely a red card, but it sort of felt as if it was coming from a place of exuberance more than anything else. Like he had skirted around in a triangle to try and do his absolute utmost to get the ball back, and then just overextended himself, having burst himself for the previous 15 seconds. But it also was filthy, like a leg breaker.
Well, he was lucky that it didn't go worse for Virgil, because if it had, then he'd be looking at a very long ban, right?
Yeah, it was desperate. It was surprising that it took so long actually to come to a conclusion around it, because like when she saw the replay once, that was kind of felt like it was it, and the 2 giant stud marks on the back of his calf as evidence as well is never a great look. Like, no complaints about it. Even Eddie Howe afterwards, like oftentimes you get like some sort of context to it, but even he was kind of accepting of it just being a thing. But yeah, they were remarkable, because that even Arne Slot missed the goal at the start of the second half. He was still finding his seat after the halftime oranges. But you think at 2-0 up, Newcastle down to 10 men, that's kind of it. Like, we're heading towards a 3-0 here.
Absolutely. Easy. As I was saying, they were taking into account that some of us have to get up to do a breakfast show, and We need our beauty sleep. But
it'll be interesting. That's 3 games in a row now they've let Leeds, including the Community Shield, that they've let Leeds slip. Now, a few ways of looking at it, but like obviously in 2 of the 3 they come back in kind of spectacular fashion. But it's a lot of goals. It's 5 goals in 3 games, is it? It was 1-1 that the Community Shield finished. It's strangely porous.
A trend. The 3 goals they got, the first 2, like Nick Pope really couldn't be blamed, I don't think, for any of them. Like, they're as perfectly placed as you could possibly get. Like, the first 2 glance off the upright to go in.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely pinpoint perfect. And that last goal. I saw Carragher afterwards saying that Szoboszlai should have got the assist and not Salah. Which I thought was a good point. Can you not touch the ball and, like, as good a step over? And it was funny because he kind of went at it. He was really animated as he ran towards the ball to try and put the defender, put the defender off the scent. Nearly too animated, you might say. But he steps over, like the awareness to do what he did. And Ngumoa creeping slowly into the box, creeping slowly towards the penalty area, and like wraps his foot around it, inside of the netting. Slot was saying afterwards, somebody in the dressing room said, I would have taken a touch. One of the Liverpool players.
as in, I would have screwed this up by taking a touch.
No. I just would have stopped it.
You needed to.
Stop at the left, hit with the right.
Does he have time to do that?
There was nobody near him.
Yeah, he was all on his own.
I know, but I think as soon as you take a touch, suddenly there are people near you. It's Premier League.
Well, there's a great angle just from sort of out in that left touchline back towards where he's hitting the goal from, and you can see the ball coming across. Like, the pitch is so perfect. There's no bobble on it, but it just, that little fraction of a bounce as he's about to hit it, absolutely perfect. The touch takes all that variable out of it. But I suppose when you're 16 years and 300 and whatever odd days he ain't thinking too much about it. He's not thinking about missing.
No, it was remarkable someone so young coming into that game as well. Even if you think about the weekend with the Arsenal lad,
Dowman.
You think at a point when the quality in the league is spread, so
I don't understand how this is happening. They spent $2.5 billion on two lads we've never heard of. I was literally on the thing, like, who's that guy on the bench? Just before the equaliser, like, who's this guy? And it was like, okay, I mean, and they're the ones who are scoring the goals after in this window alone. Records broken. How is this happening?
But I think to be fair, like, listen, right, play this clip again in 10 years' time, but we are talking about two of the most heralded, prodigious talents.
You're talking about Arsenal 15 at the weekend.
Yeah.
But
and there's a lot of chatter about this guy as well. Like, he lit it up apparently at various points in the warm up games for the season and that type of thing. Like, Liverpool fans are very excited about him.
Oh, they are. Like, and it's just, I find it fascinating it's a strange. Yeah, you wonder how good you have to be, because obviously he won't be the finished product by any stretch, and it's probably a little bit different if you're playing the next 10 games. So there's a slightly different thing, I suppose, when you're just introduced into a mad situation like that. But it's just crazy when you think of how much money was on the pitch.
Oh, they stole him from Chelsea. I didn't realise.
Yeah.
But he won't play games like.
He won't be starting. Yeah, no, it's not like. But
it's not like an Isak option or an Ekitike option that this guy's going to start loads of games or come off the bench, and like, he's going to be. What minute did he come on in?
90 something.
90.
Yeah.
You know, got a good 12, 13 minutes under his belt even.
Yeah.
Like that, but like the end of the game was so mad. Newcastle are hearing for the winner, and you think, we made the point earlier on about the smartness of that, but you do think at that point they are actually stand a way better chance of getting this thing. And 11 minutes goes up on the board, and you're like, oh yes, bring it on, bring it on. Incredible.
Yeah,
I was looking up Osula. Didn't realise he was Danish. Hadn't paid enough attention to Fantasy Premier League in the past to realise, this is somebody you might need to be aware of. But like, maybe at Newcastle, because they are missing. They let a striker go on a free in the summertime, and their best striker is obviously having a house call with the owners yesterday, which we might get into a little bit later on. But it is remarkable that these players can come off. Like, It's not like American football where you have a 90-man squad that gets cut down to 53 and there's a bunch of people there you were like, well, he could just be a guy off the street who happened to be a great athlete. These are Premier League teams who have a limited number of players they can have in the squad and have essentially endless money.
Yeah, is there? I could be mistaken in this. I don't know if. Oh, I don't, do you have to include those guys in the 25?
No, there's a certain age.
If you're, but I don't know if it's applicable to him now or not.
Asula is 23, I think, or 22. Yeah. Played 14 games for them last season, scored once. Played 21 games for Sheffield United in the Premier League in the 23-24 season. Didn't score.
What it all gears up. It's funny. Now they'll end up meeting this weekend. Now I don't know if either of them will feature in that game. Liverpool Arsenal. It's way too early. Way too early for that game to be happening. End of August, like crazy. But because it's effectively like these are the top two. This is going to be 1 and 2. Liverpool Arsenal.
Yeah,
almost without a shot of a doubt. Like
there was a vulnerability about Liverpool last night, which was great to see for the league. Right, the fact that a long throw in and a big lad caused consternation to Alisson.
Yeah.
Like he was coming out, adding a little bit of, I'm a bit bored here. What am I going to do? Throw it up in the air. Like, wow, okay, that's we'll do a bit of that. No.
Well, Van Dijk was asked about it afterwards, about that bit of like, where's your rhythm? Your rhythm seems to have disappeared, Virgil. And he's like, well, we just need more games. And like, maybe there's a little bit of that. But when you consider what's happened with them over the last few months, the hangover of winning the title last season and having fans there to celebrate it, and the madness that happened in the aftermath of the celebrations, the emotional lows, obviously, that they've been through over the last month with losing a teammate. And then, like, even when you look at it from a playing point of view, the amount of new players that were on the pitch for them last night, like, it does stand to reason, actually, his logic here, that you probably need 10 games to...
Yeah, so look, maybe by extension, these are the games that everybody else needs to take points off them. Otherwise, everybody settles in by the end of the second international window. And from then until March, they go on a run and they win everything because it turns out Katic is pretty good.
Well, they were the opposite last season, though.
But they didn't have 6 players to build into the team. That's the point he's making.
Yeah, I guess. But 2
new fullbacks, a midfielder, 2 new forwards.
It wasn't who was, but yeah, maybe. I don't know. If I still, you don't like it's still not that unusual. Like the spine of the team hasn't changed. Do you know? Like it's not. I don't know if it's. Look, who knows? Maybe they do. Maybe they do kind of settle down, and they start racking off an awful lot more 2-0, 3-1s, whatever else.
Yeah.
But like it's definitely it'll be very interesting this weekend. Arsenal, who look so difficult to score against, and I think they're going to be missing Saka and possibly Odegaard as well, which is
Saka's up for
it's a big old
for a month.
Yeah, it's a big boost for Liverpool. Like, but at the same time, Arsenal, I don't know. Maybe Arsenal are happy to go there and get a draw, but it'll be a different proposition altogether. You're not going to get anything easy off them. Like,
no. The other thing to mention obviously about Liverpool is that they were starting an attacking midfielder and right back position yesterday, and like, admittedly, he was one of the best players on the pitch. But Frimpong come back, McAllister come back, Bradley's in the mix there somewhere. Like, even with the ingredients they have, they will still strengthen. And they would be a better team for having all of those players involved at some point. Last night, I know Bradley came in off the bench, didn't he, at some point? But
yeah, got nutmegged by Joe Linton. Was it Joe Linton? So one of them anyway, and then he hacked him down. It's like, good GAA. You're not going to do that to me. Kick up the hole. Thanks very much.
And hacking players down. Sorry, I'm referencing a brilliant tackle from Mbappe last year. Was it? Is that the Bradley?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It wouldn't be. Lots of reasons for Liverpool fans to be excited and concerned this morning. But like, I think when you have a few players coming back, they do need to buy a centre back.
Is Kirkes taking a little while to find his rhythm as well?
Another man who got muscled out of it. There's been a fair bit of that this weekend. Do you remember
Lenny Yarrow pushing the defender in the back.
Bassi push. What's happened to like Premier League defenders? Like stand up and like you're in a position of the pitch where
I think
you have
if you
to be
get pushed
firm.
in the back, you're like.
Well, that one should have been. There's no question, but how was that? How did that goal stand? That was ludicrous. There wasn't half enough made of that.
No.
Crazy stuff. Like I was watching the replay, going, now they'll go. What? The game is carrying on. What's happening? But Kirk has a little bit of that last night. Got muscled out of it way too easily as well.
It is interesting. It seems like it's going to be a far more competitive league anyway. But you'll probably need now. We'll need Liverpool to drop points at some point. But yeah, it should be great. It's like, as much as I really wish this game wasn't happening so soon, it will be. It'll be absolutely thrilling. It'll be probably the match will probably be useless, but Arsenal are a dog of a team. But like it'll be great drama. But my God, they're not good to watch.
Well, I mean, it is again. It's very early. I think that
they're shocking. They'll be up to it. They'll be taking their time, dragging out throw-ins after 15-20 minutes.
Will be interesting.
They're shocking.
We'll transform the team.
He's not. He'll bend them to his will.
Well, he's a very good player. In the comments, they did sign a centre back though. They would have known something about the Italian, but he's a kid. Giovanni Leone. Is he 18? I mean, I suppose 18 is the new 25 when it comes to the Premier League. Born in 06, December 2006. So he's 19 in December. And maybe he'll be in the team sooner rather than later if Katic keeps playing like that. I mean,
it's not the answer, is it?
Do you just let Katic go now and cash in the money? Because he's going to play himself out of Real Madrid if he keeps playing this way.
I don't think you let him go now because you'll end up taking the hit financially. Like,
well,
you can't go to Real Madrid and go, do you want him now? It's like, yeah, all right. I mean, take 10, 15 million off whatever you thought you were going to get if you sell him this summer.
But he's free.
Well, he's free next year.
Yeah.
But like, they're not, you know what I mean?
But everybody knows that. That's not like they didn't need some insider trading to find that out.
No, but I'm just saying if you try and go and shift him now, you're not
getting the full value anyway for anybody with a year left in their contract.
No, but I suppose you still keep him as a player for the year, and you don't necessarily like it's all good and well. I suppose saying throw in an 18-year-old or whatever.
Well, my question is,
he'll get eaten alive.
He's not playing well, and he's clearly got 1 foot out.
Yeah, I mean that's
the cost benefit analysis here. Is do I get better? Well, obviously they're going to sign Gay as a replacement as well.
Well, possibly, but I don't know if they'll sell.
It's amazing. I mean, what is it like? Surely. When you put your foot on the pitch, you go, right, yes, I want out, but also I'm just going to do everything I can here tonight to help this team, as opposed to, I mean, it's just a very simplistic.
It's hard to know, isn't it? Like, it doesn't necessarily, we're concocting that narrative, I suppose. That he's not mentally there in the fullest sense, but like.
You mean there's a potential he's just having a bad run of form?
Potentially just, yeah. But the fact is that, like, probably with all those guys who've come through there, that they're just at their best. They're at their best because of who they're playing beside, and there probably is a natural slippage from time to time that is just like you're not actually at that level.
All right, there's a couple of things we need to talk about. A reminder off the wall breakfast with UPMC Orthopaedic Care. When things don't move, rotate or bend like they used to, choose us to help you get back in action. Did you see that Tom McKibben's team won the 14 million?
I saw that he's got himself 5 million in earnings so far. Is that right? Was it more than that?
I think it's more than that since he moved over. So they won the 14 million jackpot in the Golf Michigan Team Championship at the weekend. There was a playoff. Ram and Hatton versus Bryson and Paul Casey. I quite enjoyed watching, said Tom McKibben, of the few holes of golf where his team won him millions. I'm glad I wasn't hitting the shots. I love watching golf, and sort of just to get to stand there and see those shots come in was cool.
Living the dream.
Nobody gives a toss about it, really.
Well, he does. He's very happy.
Filthy rich now.
Neither Tyrrell or I were having a great day today, and even during the whole week, I don't think we played our best, said John Ram, but the young guys kind of were a beacon of strength. They carried us all the way to the end. Just so proud of them. It sounds like it's dramatic, intriguing, top-level sport.
Have you watched a stroke of live golf ever?
I don't know even where it's broadcast. Is it?
Yeah.
The odd time I'll see something that comes across the social media feed, and like you're looking at these lads strolling around fairways with not a soul watching it. And how the hell does this work? I mean, we know it works, but it's ludicrous stuff. I presume that he just signed up there and thought, he's a year at it now, like, these lads are going to,
he's been unbelievably
forces.
successful.
Yeah.
Rory was like, oh, you shouldn't do that. It's not good for your career. Like, you can't say that now. Like, it is good for...
It's good for your finances.
It's great for Tom McKibben, but that, like...
Not your career, necessarily.
Go on. As a professional golf, what is his career?
Well, yeah, but I just mean as a sports person.
His legacy, Arthur. The romance of it.
On a practical golfing point, it's not great for your career.
I don't understand how... So, I don't think you can make that argument anymore.
Why?
Because his job is to win money playing golf.
Well,
he's won more money this year playing golf than he would have if he'd stayed 4 or 5 years.
But we don't call it a great career move if a footballer goes to Saudi Arabia. It's a money grab, but it's not a great career move.
Well,
so that's if we're reducing it down to that, then why do we bother watching it all?
Comparison, only that I'd say that in Tom McKibben's head at that point there was a fairly loud conversation that Liv and the PGA Tour were going to get their act together
and they will
merge. So he was like, I'm just going to take the hit on this for a year, a bag 5 to 10 million quid, and we'll all move on with life.
There was some suggestion that he might have got that in a signing on fee.
Okay.
And now this is all on top of that. So I can't say that for any of those golfers who went, it was a bad career move because they can all qualify for the majors. Like, there's been a grand easing up of the whole issues, and like the difference between going to Saudi, like maybe the Club World Championships makes it a reasonable. Maybe that all improves. I don't think they're comparable at the moment at all. Like, you're largely out in the cold apart from that one tournament, which you don't think is any value, but I'm sure they do.
Every 4 years, like.
The better
for now. Wait until.
Well, yeah, but he's only one career. That's my point. I'm not saying like.
But Tom McKibben, I think they're false comparisons. I think Tom McKibben has for him made the right career move. What's he missed out on?
Well, you miss out. You probably. I mean, I don't suspect, and you defer to Nathan or whoever who'll explain it, but I cannot imagine he'll come out of that a better golfer. I don't think, like, you can't play in that style, in those like bizarre conditions where, as we're talking there about like mentality from Katic, who maybe has his mind elsewhere, you can't tell me that it's the same when you're playing for that kind of bizarre money, that you're like, when it's kind of guaranteed, irrespective of what you do, that it's that you're going to develop in the same way as a golfer that you would if you were having to grind for it.
I don't know. I mean, there's
no way of proving it. But
the results so far on the tournaments where there is a combination of players have been fine. They haven't smashed everybody with the rest. But like, to get to the top 150 in the world, you need to be of a certain level, right? Like, I don't think Bryson DeChambeau has had his career in any way damaged by going off to live and pocketing $250 million, however, whatever it is.
Yeah, they've kind of damaged the game for the rest of us as a watching experience, obviously. And it's too early to say whether it's a good or bad move for Tom McKibben, is the reality. Like, we'll only know in 3, 4, 5 years' time when either Live remains as a standalone thing, and I believe at that point he'll be filthy rich and it was a bad golfing career move. I totally get the point that he will have more money than he could ever
If they come
spend.
back together, though.
Yeah, if they come back together, then at that
They're the
point
prodigal
it starts to
sons
look like...
and
absolutely.
So if they come back together, like...
Which they will in some format, they will.
Then I think then that will have proven to have been a good career move because he's got more money than he ever needs to worry about. And
with the sports washing asterisk, right? So it just well, everybody's like busy hitting the caps lock and typing. So I get the point you're making, but did you
it's
see?
a fine financial move. But I don't know if you can.
Is it 8 million quid, Ger, you said, and then his signing on fee?
8 million. He's
wouldn't have got that
49th,
money.
yeah, and his signing on fee could have been anything between 2 and 5.
Tommy
so.
Fleetwood won 10 million for winning the entire PGA Tour at the weekend.
Yeah.
It's not like he's never getting that money on the PGA Tour, obviously.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, great. It's a great opportunistic
That's
thing.
what it is.
But I don't think it makes, I don't think as a professional move or sports related move, it's necessarily admirable or
Well, no one's saying it's admirable.
beneficial in any way.
You're twisting this now. No one said it was
No,
admirable.
but I'm not saying it's beneficial.
It was definitely the right thing for him.
Yeah, well, it depends on your outlook in the world.
Freddie Fred here on YouTube is saying that John Ram would have won at least 2 more majors in the last number of years if he hadn't left the PGA Tour. Liv destroyed his peak years. Like there is
Granny had balls. She'd be my granddad.
Well, there is.
But there is that. You can't just
I would agree
dismiss
with
that.
him.
Well, Bryson didn't.
Bryson won one.
Yeah, so he's won one.
And but that's not case in point of anything.
Sorry, but the whole notion that you don't and can't win on majors because you're on live has been debunked by Bryson.
It's the difference
by one person.
The difference between playing in the Premier League and playing
example is one person. So someone offers an example, you counter with a similar example. It's
okay,
like,
so what about Brooks?
Brooks has been injury prone.
Well, he'd won.
It is the difference. Like, there's no argument on that side. I think if you look at it if you were to break everything down financially, Liv wins. There's no question about it. From a competition point of view, the PGA Tour wins, and there's no question about that. It's the difference between playing in the Premier League and probably like League One or League Two.
I don't know if that's necessarily true for these golfers who are now like.
You think they're out there sort of going neck and neck, going at it? Maybe they are. But like the money definitely softens the cough of them as well, because it's like I don't even really need to try this week to earn twice the money that I would have earned for winning that thing over there.
So I'm scrolling down.
There's a reason they're paying Tom McKibben so much money, because they have to have meat in the room.
So 10 million is like the top 270 career earnings in PGA, and that's what McKibben potentially has 12 million, so he's in the top 250 already, lifetime PGA.
It's insane.
People like Tommy Armour and Kevin Stadler, Charlie Wee. Yeah. There was some other names there. Rich Beam. He's got as much as Rich Beam.
Good old Rich. Did you see Bryson, by the way? Himself and Brooks Koepka at it again. Perfect timing, really, with the Ryder Cup ahead. Bryson said he was a strange cat. They had the opportunity to go head to head. They're both captains of their respective teams with some delightfully titled names. And Brooks had the opportunity. Bryson had the opportunity to put himself head to head with Brooks on the Saturday of this Makey-uppy league, and chose not to do it. And Brooks says, that guy's a strange cat. And they had sort of made peace when they all went over to take the money. But it seems like it's back on. America eating itself with, 3 or 4 weeks to go. Amazing.
Oh, but Brooks won't be on the team.
He's out of there, is he? With
I think so. I don't think
injury.
Bryson will be.
Yeah.
Okay, bang on 7:59 this morning. If you want to get in touch, Off the Wall Breakfast with UPMC Orthopaedic Care. When things don't move, rotate or bend like they used to, choose us to help you get back in action. The big GAA news, obviously, is that, as expected, Kerry are going to have Jack O'Connor as their manager for a 2-year period. I think this had been well telegraphed over the last few weeks, basically since that's me, my wife took the photograph. That was the immediate aftermath. By the time the evening had happened, it was like, looking around here, I think this team's pretty good. So I think fair play. I don't think anybody thinks it's the wrong decision for Jack O'Connor or for Kerry football.
I might pass the baton on to someone else, was the quote.
At the time.
Certainly one of them anyway. So something happened, because that's GAA speak for I'm gone, isn't it? I'll tell you again, but I am out of here. So obviously his mind was made up at that point. I don't know if the players sat down with him. Obviously David Clifford was on with G last week saying, what did he say? He's the man, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe the passage of time we'll find out. He just didn't fancy another stint in some GA backwater up the country.
Biden's time.
But it does feel like a bit of in a lot of ways, a no-brainer.
I think so. You can't but be very excited about what Kerry might be capable of over the next couple of years. They have an astonishing collection of footballers, and a new injection of young players to come through as well. So, I don't know. I think they'll be heavy favourites to retain their title. I think this.
Oh, big time.
This makes it even more definite. And maybe the Dubs coax some of their best players back, but I don't think there's no sign of that. I see Brian Fitton's in Australia at the moment.
Oh, is he?
It's hard to know, because it's only it's August. It's so funny, they won't meet back up again, officially till When do they do it? From November, December? Like, it's kind of... I'm sure things are getting started.
Dennis was making the point yesterday, that whole, it's December, and they're like, people are training. And that's the back pages, but on the front pages, it looks like Fianna Fáil are coalescing around the notion of Jim Gavin being their preferred candidate. It looks like the party leadership don't want Bertie. There are a few others who might yet go forward. And look, I don't know, we haven't heard from Jim Gavin about whether or not he's interested in it, but we floated this on the show, I think, 3 months ago. Fianna Fáil leaders remain opposed to a Hearn Orris bid. This is the Irish Times. The Jim Gavin aspect of it is not their story, so that's kind of the secondary part. Ex-manager Jim Gavin viewed as serious prospects as party sources. Jim Gavin walks this if he comes forward.
Does he resonate with the rest of the country?
Yeah. He fixed Gaelic football, our national pastime.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
we'll see. I'm not sure.
I'm telling you, stick all of your money.
We're very Dublin centric here.
Stick all of your money on
the Bertie stuff is
Jim Gavin.
Wild. The idea that this is being entertained as a conversation. Anyway, we're not a political show, but that is so wild. Like, what have we learned? Nothing. Jesus Christ. But yeah, he's very young. Would be my main thought for Jim Gavin. Like, give it another. What's the term? 14 years?
7 years.
Yeah, well, you know yourself.
It's 7 years, yeah. But yeah, anyway. Give us your thoughts. 0879 180 180 is the WhatsApp number.